let's see if we can get this place dried in. Good morning, guys. So we have a little bit of a break in the weather and we were like, let's see if we can't do a shed. So we have plans for an 8 by 12 shed, single sloped roof, about a 3.5 pitch roof. We did not build our cabin with any closets, so we need to have storage. So we're gonna try and beat the weather here before it gets really cold and the snowflakes start flying and see if we can't get some more storage.
So what do you think?
Are we having fun yet? We're getting the band back together.
We're getting the band back together.
Foundation?
What?
What?
Gravel pad for a shed. Nothing like a good day in November to get some blood flowing. Okay guys, here's the fun part. We're starting from the ground up with this thing as usual on the channel. We are going to be building this on skids. Now, we've done this before in the past a couple times and it works phenomenally. It's cheap, it's easy, and biggest thing for us is it lets us think about the idea of moving this shed later if it doesn't have a home here anymore. So what we're doing now is just leveling out this gravel pad. We bought a dump truck load of gravel. We're leveling out the gravel pad and we're putting a couple skids on the ground and we'll build everything up after that traditional framing. We tossed and turned all night last night thinking if we should set some posts and some concrete and some sonotubes and some everything and this and that and that. This is the easiest, the cheapest with a decent outcome, and we are absolutely super thankful for the fact that it does work and it works out pretty good. So would highly recommend it.
What happens when you put me to work?
Lazy recently.
I get a hot flash.
What does it look like?
It's level.
Is it good? Eve good? I think I cut these to the right length.
I hope you did.
How much do you trust the Harbor Freight level, I guess, is the question.
Johnny Boy's talking
We're back
again.
at it. We haven't quite gotten the tool belts on yet, so it's gonna be a short evening for us. Anyways, gang, the shed is gonna be an 8 by 12. We're going pressure treated for the runners and the joists. And we're back at it. We're framing. So I'm cutting these floor joists down to 93 inches. 93 will get us our lovely 8 foot after the rim goes on. And we are off to the races at that point. Someone's got to lug out that big air compressor. Three, two. 3, 2.
It is golden hour. Look at you, handsome.
This is about when the birds start to sing, right? Alrighty, gang. So we are back at it again. For the record, this delivery, sometimes when you get a delivery of lumber, you just kind of cross your fingers and hope you get some good stuff. This one wasn't too bad. There's a big check in this board, but everything else is great. We're going 16 on center for our floor joists. Reds are 16 on center. I'm marking 3/4 behind, and then that way when we put our board in, your board's on center. 16 on center floor joist, rock solid floor, 3/4 inch OSB. That'll do the job for a shed in the woods, baby. All right, and we're breaking out the big 12 today. We had to knock the dust off of this guy. I love my Swanson Speed Square. 1999, never let you down. I'm serious. There's some that are like, they're selling Speed Squares now that are like $150. $150 for a Speed Square? I mean, yeah, they're like, yeah, it's got a level on it and you can scribe a whole lot more. I'm like, did anybody ask for that? I mean, it's super dope if that's your job, right? But I'm not spending $150 for a Speed Square for a homeowner. Anyways, we got our layout. We're ready to roll. Obviously, you get a couple on the ends. Let's get cracking. Got our joist here pre-cut, ready to go. 93 inches plus the 3 inches from Boom Boom, both sides here. We're gonna look at 96 inches, isn't that right? We're gonna crown these boards real quick and we're gonna nail them in. It's gonna be a quick job. All right, gang, you know the deal. We're working with pressure treated, 3 1/4 inch hot dipped galvanized, 2x6s, so we're doing 3 per joist. My little lefty.
That's me. So we didn't mention it, but we're going to be insulating this shed. It's going to be holding our batteries, so we want it fully insulated. We're going to put some hardware cloth, nail it in on the bottom here, flip our floor over, and then put insulation in the bays. And then that way we don't have to figure out how to, we're not skinny enough to crawl underneath there to insulate underneath the floor. So let's get at it.
No critters in my household, even though they're really cute.
They are really cute.
You're the only cute critters allowed in here. All right, real quick, let's check for square here. We'll go 172 and 5/8. All right, that's 173 and a half. Our goal today is to get some insulation on here, get the subfloor down, and we have a secret fun last step. Let's get to it. So we've got some leftover. This is R30. It's gonna do the trick for us now, and it costs $0. And we ran out of R30. R13 going in the floor.
Wow.
This one bay here is gonna just look ugly.
It's okay.
Because this one's a little too short,
Yeah.
and that one's a little too long. All right, gang, off for the races for subfloor. We are looking at 2 3/8 ring shank hot dipped galvanized. Say that 10 times fast. So we're going into pressure treated, right? So we're using the galvanized ring shank. Gonna keep this thing nice and tight. All right, it is a new day. We just got done sweeping the floor and we're ready for our vinyl, our sheet vinyl installation. Linoleum sheet vinyl, I think it's all the same thing. The only question that we have today is, this thing says stable 65-degree temperatures and we're looking at like highs in the 50s, so.
At best.
At best. So we'll see if this gives us any trouble or not. But the cool part is that we're gonna install this floor before we do the walls. It'll make sure that it waterproofs the floor enough that we don't have to worry about the OSB swelling up if we get a rain throughout the week. And it doubles down as we have a finished floor that's actually really nice, and we'll be enjoying it in our shed. If your buddy says, hey, can we build a 7.5 by 9 shed? You say,
no.
I'll give you the extra 2 feet for free, because it's just that much easier.
Not a big loop. You used a lot.
All right, and then the glue can't touch the top of the linoleum. But I kind of do like the method. You know, you put the floor down before you build the walls. The walls will tack down the floor even better, and your floor's done. Now you do have to make sure, you know, obviously we're working on a finished floor at that point, so the construction needs to be a little more careful, but I don't mind it. Alrighty, gang, we got a great start this morning, bright and early. We got the linoleum, sheet vinyl, whatever you want to call it, installed, ready for walls. I got the first top plate and bottom plate laid out. We're gonna do oh, here's a fun one. We're gonna do a tall wall in the front and a short wall in the back. We're gonna do a single slope shed style roof. First wall's laid out. Let's just get some lumber up here. All right, couple plates. Note to self, I am allowed to walk on the floor. Yeah. Shorty little 2x4s. There you go, don't miss though. This isn't my second time doing this. All right. Got the header all situated. We've got 2 sandwich 2x6s. You could put a piece of 1/2 inch plywood in between if you wanted to make it as flush as can be. But it's a shed and we're happy with this. Nail the jacks off here real quick. And then when we raise this wall, I have to make sure I nail this on from the other side as well. Let's get a couple little baby cripples in there, 4-inch pieces, I think, and we're off to the races. All right, so we got this thing nice and square, 159 3/4 both sides. So we're gonna put Tyvek on this before we put our siding sheathing T111 combo. So here we go. Oh, do we go upside down for old time's sakes? So the wall's gonna stand up. This is the top here. Wall's gonna stand up like that. I'm gonna say we go upside down. Three, two.
Oh, too zealous on
It's
that
gotta
one.
come to you, right?
Yeah.
Got 3, 2.
3,
Boom.
2.
Yep. Yeah, that's good there. This one here's a fun one, everybody. This is the first board we put in our home.
It's like the OG.
Little baby wall brace. I think that works out, yeah?
Yeah.
Hey, we'll do this side right side up for everybody, yeah?
Yeah, for everybody.
So this is it's gonna be if we just pick it up. Here's the trouble. So if we just pick it up right now, it's gonna go over the edge.
Okay.
So we got to lift and then bring it in.
Yeah.
Yup. All right, 3, 2. Straight up and bring it in. Don't go up and out.
Okay.
Up and in.
Ready?
3, 2. Whew. Just let it go.
Oh.
Okay. Up. And bring it in. More. Come on. All right, you're on.
Yeah.
Hold this like this, brace your elbow against something. If you and I could just lift it up right now, it's on enough on my side that we just lift it up. Just go straight up.
Okay.
So I need you to can you come to the middle a little bit?
Yeah.
All right, can
Like
you just
here?
hold that right there?
Yeah.
With those 2 walls up, guys, we're gonna just whoop, 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 plumb these up, make a little rafter pattern, and that might be all for today. Okay, whenever you tell me.
Okay, right there.
All right, gang, so part of our little shed roof here, I'm just following some simple tracing here. Just a whoop, and then a whoop, and then that'll get us our C-cut, and our heel cut, and our bird's mouth, and everything else you want to call it. So hopefully this will turn out all right. So this is the first time we've done something like this. We're just kind of flying by the seat of our pants. We are losing daylight fast and we got a good rafter pattern. So we cut out a half dozen of these, just something to get us kicking for tonight. Let's nail them down real quick. And I'm ready for a nice hot cocoa. I wonder, would you think it'd be easier if we tilted it up first here? You good?
Yep.
How you feel about this?
Good.
Not too bad, right?
There we go. Do you think chipmunks would barter? Do they barter nuts?
You can't tell me that a chipmunk is like, I found a hazelnut, and the other one's like, I got a peanut. You want to trade? He's gonna be like, no, that's not a freaking trade. What kind of trade is that? If you were a chipmunk, I'm not taking anything less than like 30 peanuts for my hazelnut.
One of the many questions we can ask God.
I'm dead serious. There has to be a currency involved in that. All right, guys, we just knocked out the bird blocks. It's super easy when it's only 12-foot long worth of a building. Went smoothly as can be. It is time for roof sheathing. We're gonna do these 2 exterior walls last. We could technically do them now. I don't know. Roof sheathing. Maybe not a good idea, but it's gonna rain in like 3 hours. So we're gonna see if we can't get all this sheathing up and knock it out. We did decide to go OSB on this build. This is like a super budget build. So OSB is a little less water resilient than plywood is, but same shear strength and all that stuff. So we're gonna give it a go. Should be fine, totally fine. It's like 6 sheets total, so. But it was a like $80 price difference, so send it. This one. I'm gonna need this one to be the same orientation. So go ahead and walk it to me. That's good, let go. Okay.
Oh, I got my reach.
That's all right.
All right, hang on with me. Get underneath it.
Let go.
Okay.
Doesn't get any more fun, does it? So our OSB is all done. That was like an hour tops. Rachel did some cuts. You can see we've got some overhangs off of our 12-foot building. We decided on a 1-foot overhang on this side. And then just for our layout's sake, we wound up just, obviously this OSB here is kicked out. So I'm just chalking a line and we'll cut this to length just as one unit here. The one thing we did that we're really not supposed to, but it's not a big deal and we'll tell you why in a moment. We railroaded our seams here, which means that our intersection of each individual sheet is actually at the same spot on each course here. Not the best for shear strength, but we plan on using OSB inside as well. And that'll basically have a sandwich layer of OSB shear strength. So we're like not worried about it at all.
It's not too bad working in the rain, although I have to squeegee off my safety squints. But other than that, to see my cuts, which might still be wrong, so that's okay. But all jokes aside, we are almost done. We are just finishing up the last wall, and then we're going to be cutting out our door frame. And we're buttoned up. This cabin's dried in.
Cabin?
Oh. This shed's dried in.
It could be a cabin.
It could be a cabin.
That's the best part is we're like, hey, I'll put a bed in here. I'll sleep in here.
Cabin, yeah.
All right, friends, we are on our last wall. We've got our roof underlayment down. It started to rain and we couldn't have picked a better time to hurry up. Our last wall, here we go. We put our top plate up. We took a measurement. We don't need 2 top plates for this one because there's not really any load on this. What that means for us is we get to either do some funky math or individually just measure out each stud. We're making sure that they're on layout and we're making sure that they're plumb, and then we're done. We're ready to go. Fun part, our tripod broke. So we're gonna have a little harder time filming right now. How did the tripod break, you ask? We were on the roof and Rachel said it'd be a great idea to bring the tripod up there and get a shot of us together. And then it fell off the roof. So we didn't feel like doing any funky math. So we're pretty much just individually measuring each one. To be completely honest with you, the funky math's not all that hard either. But I'm grabbing long points here from this to here. And Rachel's doing my cuts, so simple as can be. Plumb it up as best I can. We'll call that 88 1/4, right? And then to double check my numbers, what I've been doing is I'll grab my layout here and Rachel will tell me, you know, hey, where are we for our 16s? All right, gang, with the last wall all done, just before we put Tyvek and wall sheathing on, we need a door hole. So I cut some slits here with the oscillating multi-tool, the most annoying sound you've ever heard. I cut some slits in here, and we're just gonna real quick-a-roo trace out the perimeter of our door, and then we'll take a circular saw and we'll cut it all out. Here's Johnny. All right, friends, this is a request to use some imagination. We are losing daylight fast and nobody wants to see a video of us in the dark. It's time for Tyvek. We're gonna do this last wall with Tyvek. We got 2 sheets of T111 siding and then we're done for the day. Nighttime adventures. All right, gang, we are on the last step of where most of a shed build would stop. Let's get a door on this thing. So we picked out a fiberglass door, something we could lock, and not a shed door we'll build. We're gonna finish up a little door pan for it. Just put a couple pieces of tape here, flash it up maybe 6-8 inches, something along these lines here, and some silicone at the bottom, and we'll be all dried in. Sorry. Okay. All right, let's try fit this thing and then we'll get some. Boom. Tell you what, door manufacturers lie to you. They tell you 2 inches of space on top for each side of this thing. It's a 36-inch door. I made a 38-inch opening. You put the little 3/4 inch jamb, you get a 1/4 inch to a 1/2 inch of space on each side. When we did the cabin front door, boy, oh boy, we put 2 inches on each side and I had to pad that out with some OSB. It was the most annoying thing ever. Put an extra inch on each side, maybe 1.25 inches if you're feeling frisky. This fits great. Let's get this guy squared up, nice and level, plumb it up, call it a day. All right, gang, we're going for some window and door silicone. More is better here. So let's just keep the critters out. Keep the weather out, and yeah. All right, gang, so this is what we're working with. Not too much here. We need maybe a couple shims up top. Square this guy up, and we're done.
Okay.
All right, so we got the bottom secured, and the top, we're nice and plumb. Let's get some shims in, and oh boy, we got dried in shed. Beautiful. Oh, no! Don't do that. Who doesn't make mistakes, gang? Sorry, everybody. You thought this was gonna be a perfect install, didn't you? All right, look at the most annoying noise you've ever heard. Let's just knock these shims off. All right, everybody, that does it for this week. We've got a fully dried in shed, siding, Tyvek, roof underlayment. We're still waiting on our roofing metal order. We put it in like 10 or 12 days ago, so it'll show up when it shows up, but we're dried in as it stands. If you wanna see me do roofing metal, check out this video up here where I struggle for a month and a half on our cabin. So hopefully this will show up within the next day or two. If not, we're dried in as it stands. But we finished this build in 3 days. It was half raining one day, half raining alone the other day. We got it done and this is gonna be a really useful space for us. So it's been so fun to just get back to framing. Rachel said it too. It's like, man, you knock the rust off. But it's been a great process. It's fun, it's lovely. It'll give us some seriously good space. We've got some seriously cool, fun projects for this thing too, so stay tuned. But for now, thanks for watching.